It's okay. Hi, you're watching
Okay.
Dead TV Live. I'm Anton, and on the phone is Chris, and we're gonna play "Happy Saturday Forever." It's a song I wrote for what I see in the future. We'll all acknowledge that we've been through a lot, and we'll cry on that day.
Anton, will this song be on your new record by chance?
My new record's out there in cyberspace. This is just ideas, man. I'm a composer. That's all. I'm not trying to be. I'm like a Persian rug weaver. You know, I don't need to be perfect. It's out there. I want other people to. I want to be a pioneer in space and let other people decide how to make that perfect. But I've been listening to mellotrons my whole life, and check this out. I've never heard a sound like this. Are you ready?
I'm ready, man.
Okay, it's called "Happy Saturday Forever." It's something that Muslims, Jews, Christians, and Guru Nanak, everybody on the planet, Hindis, everybody, it obeys the secret level of geometry and perspective. And you get to see there's more under the pyramid than you understand. It's multidimensional and it's moving. Ready?
Let's do it, man.
What do you make of that?
That was fucking great, man. I loved all the layers in that.
Yeah, and the weird thing that I did, and I don't mind telling about all the tricks, and making special rules is, I've been listening to Mellotrons. I was born in 1967, so all those good sounds like Strawberry Fields. I've been
Oh yeah.
listening to that stuff my whole bloody life. Even my mom was listening to all that stuff as they invented it, right?
Hmm.
And guess what? I ain't
What's
never
that?
heard no sound like that with a Mellotron.
No, is that all Mellotron
Yep.
doing all that strings and stuff?
The other stuff I'm playing vibes because I'm playing
Yeah,
vibes
yep,
and
that's right.
bells because they cross over every frequency, and I knew that of the 12 tones, I had to hit them all right to if we're dealing with a higher level of consciousness. I
So
knew that
Anton,
I knew that to begin with we were dealing with 12 tones, not 10, not C to C, and I knew the 5 note scale. So when I superimposed the two pyramids, I knew that I knew things that Spaceman 3 never even dreamed of. Their best idea was ripping off a black guy. I was like, I don't got to rip anybody off because I know that the guy that invented sitar didn't take lessons at a sitar school. So fuck all of you. But it's a fact. So that's what makes me Moshi of music. You know what I mean? I just came down from the mountain or wandered out of the desert and just said, you guys, clear channels are not clear. Because I know definitely like the most talented people on the planet, and we can't get arrested on the radio or TV. Like I should have this show should be on HBO right now.
it should.
You know what I mean? Instead of Chris was so great, like people love that guy when he was kicking ass, but he's so funny and so head on the nail that it like was yelling fire in a theater. I think when they showed him how serious that effect, what was going to go down with Obama and everything, and how serious him just being his natural funny self was, and how that would be a major thorn in the side. I think he took a trip to check out what black people are really like in Africa, and he just tripped out. Either that or he went and partied with, because they offered him a lot of money, but that doesn't mean a hill of beans if you got hackers that can turn on ATM machines and just have them spit out 20s all day long.
Yeah.
You know? And traders, because we don't even know if it's my grandma's money. All I know is if I start walking and count out the border of my farm in California, Hollywood's my farm. We built that Methodist church, and we built that out of respect. That was my orange and bean field from my Auntie Ruth. That was her side. And Hollywood, out of respect for people that needed a place to go, because we didn't even know if New York was going to make it, because there was German submarines, and they were catching Germans, and we felt really bad because we were Germans. And here in Brandenburg, we just get swept up into things that have nothing to do with people's ideologies ever. It's been histories like that forever. And this is where I'm from originally. But it would be like your cousin went to go work on a kibbutz,
Hmm?
and Israel was overrun completely, and you'd be like, well, looks like we might have to wait this one out a century or some kind of shit, right? It's the same exact thing, except I'm German. But this story's so old here. You know what I mean? For Jews, for everybody.
Oh yeah.
Charlemagne, all those guys, Lithuania was once the biggest country in Europe. This shit just goes on and on and on and on. It's like Iceland's the smallest one, and sometimes they're the king of everything. It's like, well, now's not the time for kings, especially with the technology thing.
Exactly.
All I knew is like when all the hackers came into the chat room and we were all fighting everybody, I said, all you motherfuckers come into the chat room against me right now and we'll see what's going on, right?
You talking about your chat room just got hacked?
Oh, the Ustream, everything is hacked. I leave my codes open. You know why? Because people get nervous if I have the keys to every temple in the goddamn town, right? And I walk open to the temple, and the temple door is open. And they're like, "How'd you get in this temple?" I said, "The door. I walked right through the middle door. It was open." That ain't supposed to be open. We're having a meeting here. I'm like, "Well, let me play that piano because this is my church." They start getting real nervous here with the Illuminati.
Oh yeah.
What do you think about all those guys? Just the way it is, right?
Pretty much. That's exactly.
So I told all those guys that they need to fight with themselves. I'm just a messenger, man. Not even a message. I don't even look at information. But I told them if any of you guys start acting funny, you're just going to give your game away because I'm that good at chess. So if I make some move that you've never seen before, you got a couple actions you can make. You decide whether you want to tip your queen or if you want to, like, look nervous or if you want to play a whole tournament. Are you wanting to play this game out? Or you want to let me win one to see how I play? You know, whether it's Go or chess or any of these games, you can be a fucking idiot if you want. But if you want to see this whole tournament, you better leave me in the game. Because I haven't even shown my cards yet. And my card is the unseen hand. So that's why I started, in the chat room, they started calling me traitor when I called Trader on the Traders.
Mm-hmm.
But you can that only a faceless name in the chat room is just an interweb. It's just a 1 and a 0. Somebody said 1 and 0. I'm like, this is a hacker war. So how quick is that going to undone? You just busted yourself.
Exactly.
Because when I tossed my U.S. passport, it was that serious, right? But I didn't toss my oath. I was like, well, if the KGB just told me that USA is Canada, well, then I'm calling bullshit on that. Right?
Exactly.
They'll return that shit to me immediately because it's got a satellite chip in it. If you take that satellite chip in it, they know that it's not with the other satellite chip and the other one in it. So you better figure this out. And Germany knows exactly where I'm at. You can't even rip out my eyeballs and put them up to a machine because you saw Blade Runner or some shit because we already thought about that one. Right?
Correct.
So I'm already in the... if they need me to catch a flight... See, what's expected of me is, like, if I'm supposed to be on an airplane, I go with the pilots, man, and cut all that mumbo-jumbo at Heathrow. And if they know that I can sleep rough for 4 or 5 days or figure it out with no telephones, then I just call somebody or whatever I got to do, because I got friends everywhere. But I don't even use cell phones or bank accounts.
It's the way to go. It's being safe.
I got nothing but trade. People would get nervous if I started even asking how much money I've made. I just work every day. I got that ethic, you know what I mean? Like, how much money is this worth? I invented how to do all this shit on Facebook and micromanagement, save governments billions of dollars in supporting the arts, because I think we should do a tutorial right now a little bit.
Sure.
How I do it, but I can't find my mouse. I chewed one of them up to make an igloo because, you know what, I'm going to give you the weather report. Boy, it changed from autumn-like conditions to a frost in the air. I'm going to predict something for my friends in Scandinavia. We're going to have one hell of a winter. It's just going to come back immediately right now. I'm looking at the sky, and the sky's turning white, but it's still blue.
Mm-hmm.
And I could breathe the air last night, and when I left my window open because I knew it was coming, I packed all my bags up at the hospital. I packed up stuff I didn't even think I would need, but I just made sure, like bits and pieces of paper. And when I read the Wall Street Journal and that bullshit, I grabbed like Canadian coin, the U.S. coin, Danish coin. Doesn't matter. My HSBC card. See what I'm saying? And I said, fuck all you people. You guys got to figure your shit out.
So, Anton.
Yeah.
Why do they have you in the hospital, man?
Because, like I said, man, when a guy that's as smart as me, right, is still working after 40, who's as tough as me, who loves to shoot guns as much as I do, but won't go in the regular. Yeah, they know why I won't go in the regular services. You know why? Because I shoot traders on site. And that's not my call to make in these days.
Yeah.
Do you understand that? These days, that would, see, it goes back to that camp thing about people lying and why they might be lying. Do you understand that?
I understand, man.
But my gut, see, I'm not supposed to be a judge because this isn't the time of hanging judges. Because some of these people, they have the power to redeem themselves, so I say don't destroy them.
Exactly.
And that could be a valuable lesson, that just the mercy is the mark of the Lord. So they wanted to examine my head when you can talk like that, because the academics and they rip those pages out of the Bible.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But when the President of the United States fails to be able to say that to his enemies, whether it's Bush or whoever these guys were or are, then that's poor leadership.
Exactly, man.
Especially at a time, if they're claiming 50-year war, then you got to step up to the plate like Douglas MacArthur, right?
Exactly, yeah.
Duty, country, honor. We're not ever talking about who's fucking who. So when I saw the IDF go, we know who you are on Facebook, and you calling Hasidim and having a bikini photo just busted you. You better get your ass on to your job. I knew the shit hit the fan on MySpace and everything. I deleted everybody on Facebook in front of everybody because I already knew.
I saw that.
But that was an example. What?
I saw that.
Yeah, but that was an example to a lot of people. I got a new haircut, but I wasn't fucking off online. I invented a lot of this mumbo jumbo. See it? But I knew that.
You started all this shit, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. But I was hoping that it would be something more than pornos for pyros, as they say, right? You know what I'm talking about?
I know exactly.
That's my manager's one of his little pet projects. My manager invented Lollapalooza and all that stuff.
Your manager is Perry Farrell?
No, my manager's Ted Gardner, his boss. And I'm
Ted Gardner.
Yeah, and I'm Ted's boss.
Oh, no shit, man.
Ted fucking Gardner.
Gardner.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Then I heard that Pete Kimber was producing Panda Bear. The new.
Oh, no shit.
But I thought that might be code. Don't laugh. A lot of people swore on this, not on the basket currency that the wise elders have said, as we adjust these markets and things. A lot of people are, like Wall Street Journal, are saying, do I need a Chinese credit card? They don't use credit cards in China. So I think if you've just applied for one, you might be busted. Because we don't use credit cards here in Germany either.
Yeah.
And I don't see a red light going on. So I haven't read the news yet. I'm just talking about possibilities. And I remember, I'm in a mental hospital, right?
Mm-hmm.
But where do panda bears come from? And who's a computer expert who's done DMT and stuff?
You.
Pete Kimber.
Oh, Pete Kimber.
So that might have been code to me that some of my friends are in deep shit doo-doo if I don't get them out of it.
Yeah, man.
Do you understand? But a lot of my friends are these weird little adult kids who they believe in the Easter Bunny and panda bears or whatever. Like, you know what I mean? Like Santa Claus or whatever we let little kids believe. I tell them I worked for the CIA for fucking 25 years, 30 years straight since I was 6 years old or whatever, and they won't believe me. But when you're tested in kindergarten with a 162 IQ, guess what? Somebody somewhere wants to know why.
Yeah.
You got no days off. My wife adds in, and I quote, "If you keep this up, they're not going to let you out."
It's not good.
Well, my wife would comment that, or do you suspect?
No, they won't let you out.
Why would I want to leave Germany?
Oh no, not leave Germany. Leaving the hospital.
What's the worst thing they can do? Put me in a mental hospital? Let's even take it farther. Let's say they deport me to Iceland. Thanks for the free ticket, guys. I'll even pay for it myself. Want to come with me? Say they send me to Israel.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to call bad call for them. Because if somebody shows you their German IDF badge on their passport, and you put them in a mental hospital at a time of war, even if your wife doesn't understand it, looks bad on TV, let me tell you. But I'll show it to you. I don't even want to show you what they look like. How's that in case somebody tries to print one?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You gotta be safe when it comes to this stuff.
All I know is if I kick your ass at a synagogue because you're spray painting it, and you were unlucky enough to not have the police catch you first, right? And I flash my badge and I got you in a hole that you can't get out of, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you've got a stripe of spray paint across your own face, right? Because I've just tagged you because I'm going to let you go.
Oh, yeah.
And I pulled on my pants and I go, don't you dare even fuck with Jews, man. Don't you even sneeze in my direction. I'll fuck you up, motherfucker. And I'm not in a good mood. You put me when I'm called up into service and I cut my hair, you put me in a mental hospital, I don't want to hear it, Freud. Should we hear another song?
Sure, man.
Gotta go. I'll call you back in a second.